So it's Erev Tisha B'Av, so we're going to learn Be'ez Hashem a little bit of pre-Tzadik, because we won't be able to learn tonight, because halachas of the fast and learning Torah should only be Tisha B'Av Dika Torah. I mean, this might be shaykh, but it's not really the Musman to do a shir. And Be'ez Hashem, we have the Acre. Hopefully this year will be an Acre of Simcha, where we'll have the Aleph base, Begilui, the revelation of Torah, and it's the Gil of Nismach HaPoch.
I think that they why every year?
Yeah.
It says that the Rambam posek in Ilchos Kriyas Torah.
Yeah.
That every year has to come out, and the week from the Vaeschanan has to be Tisha B'Av in the same week. Why?
Sure.
I think because Vaeschanan, if we want Mashiach, we'll be mitchanen.
To really daven. Yeah, minus chinam.
That's the only way.
Also
with Avas Chinam, also Chinam, Vaeschanan Chinam.
Right,
and also to be litchanen.
To daven ba'emes, and Vaeschanan is also gematria shir. We have to also sing. We're Shir David. So we're learning unity flow, and Baruch Hashem, we're going to give a shir on Erev Shabbos, because we're not going to be able to do it tomorrow as well, because we have to mostly fast. We have to go see some Yidden in Yerushalayim, some family who become special. And the new Sefer, Ched says Pim from Ton the Rebbe, we're going to try learn a little bit Hema Yenachimuni, which is very good for this month, and also Be'ez Hashem Torah from the Ton the Rebbe. But till then, we're going to learn Rav Tzaddok HaCohen, just to get us into the energy of the Zman. As my son wisely said, this is always comes out Tisha B'Av, Parshas Vaeschanan, and the Kriya of Tisha B'Av is from Parshas Vaeschanan also. The Kriya that we read in the shul on Tisha B'Av day. Vaeschanan el Hashem, v'yom Hashem alai rav lecha, al tosed davar alai. Don't add anything to it. Yeah. So it's love in the Torah, al tosef. Don't add. So it says, Peish Rashi, this Sifri. This is in Parshas Pinchas. Harbe mizeh shomer lecha. Yeah, that many say on this that you should guard this. Hainu la'olam haba. This is referring to la'olam haba. B'shutahar pisha amru mepnima nis ave Moshe Rabbeinu l'koines Eretz Yisrael. He wanted to be able to come into Eretz Yisrael, Moshe Rabbeinu. Why? Ki la'ochu mepiria, just to eat from some of the fruits of Eretz Yisrael. And we take for granted we get to make a Beit Priya eat.
No, it says v'chi le'echol mepiria. What? You think he wanted to come eat the fruits? You think he wanted to come eat the fruits?
He wanted to come eat it. So sorry. And the harbe mitzvah.
That's not the omek to come eat the fruits.
So the Nikol, thanks to no, it's good. Thanks. So v'chi, yeah, I missed that. V'chi, but so the Indian is the harbe mitzvahs. So fine, he didn't want to just eat the fruit from Eretz Yisrael, but even that we shouldn't take for granted.
No, he wanted to eat the fruit, but come on.
No, he didn't just want.
It's also all the mitzvahs.
Yeah, he wanted to do all the many mitzvahs that are associated with Eretz Yisrael. He had a taiva for the mitzvahs, not just the peiros. So these are mitzvahs you can only do in Eretz Yisrael. And once again, we shouldn't take for granted that sitting here now in Eretz Yisrael. Yeah, he wanted to do all the 630 mitzvahs. And then in that time they had the Mishkan and they had the ability.
That's the only mitzvahs he couldn't do. The only
mitzvahs of Eretz Yisrael, which is quite a lot.
Chaval.
Yeah. And we can on not all of them, because we don't have a base of English, and we're not able to fulfill all the mitzvahs b'shleimus without Mashiach coming. So even though we're in Eretz Yisrael, but we're chaser the kedusha of the base of English and all the mitzvahs of korbanos v'chulu, the tribus ma'aser in the derisive way. Alzeh amalo rav lecha le'olam haba. He said to him, it's enough to you to have olam haba.
Kilo, you made it already. I'm going to make it. Kilo, you made it already. Kilo, so you don't have to go in. What you're
going to have the pnimis of the mitzvah.
You're going to have
the schar of the mitzvah. Because there's also an Indian of wanting, like the whole concept of
Ratzon.
Yeah, Ratzon, but also it's a halacha, like of onus v'chmana patre. That you can't always get to do every mitzvah. Like you can't be a melech if you're a Kohen. Yeah. So, but if you want to have the Indian of Malchus based David in Am Yisrael, like we say in Birkas Hamazon, Malchus based David, we daven for it. And every time we bench, with an Yerushalayim Kisei David, we want the Malchus of David in the Megillah, but we can't do the mitzvah, so it's ki'ilu, I see some. Avon become
עשו את זה, זה רעיון, עשו את זה שלהם, was this Hilula, was 2 days ago.
This is Hilula this week,
2 days ago.
Shlomo shared something about it.
Strong, very strong. It's one of the strongest Sefarim what I've ever learned. He writes that the strongest thing what can bring Mashiach, and that's Mekar of the Geula, is the Gaguim. Gaguim and the Ratzon for Mashiach. What we're going to want to have Mashiach, and the Ratzon for Mashiach is going to come quicker.
We should have all the bechinas of Mashiach. Aber Mika Mokum Kasha came in Shirat and Moshe Rabbeinu Alav Shalom Hai Lekayim Mitzvahs Ma Yoelo Al Zeh Vaschar Halo Hu Rat Zeh Rat B'Kiyam Mitzvah Lo B'Schar Mitzvahs Vadai Hai Oved Lo Amenasa Kava Press. He wasn't looking for the reward. He wasn't looking to serve Hashem to get the reward. He wanted to have the actual.
He was the Shmo.
Yeah, the Shema of Mekayim the Mitzvah.
Don't have the mitzvah because he wants to make Tabi Hashem. You don't have the schar. That's the high madrige from the
Shema. That's one of the main things that is changing now. Before Mashiach comes, that people don't want to be religious. They want to, for the sake of, like we said last night from Rabbi Nachman, they don't want to just live a Jewish life in an external way. They want to change and become someone who's, like you're saying, the Shema. Change how they think about the mitzvahs, the panemius, the kesher, the relationship. Yeah, so he goes, Ach inyan al pisha amu b'ksubis. There's a famous Gemara Ksubis that we all know. It's quite controversial. Sheish shavuos halu lama v'chulu shelo yetchu etz haketz. We can't force the end of days. Yeah, even though by Chabad they say Mashiach now, but it's not like it doesn't mean then we have to go invade Eretz Yisrael and kill everyone here and take over the land. You can't force it. Yeah. It's barachamim toshuv. Yeah, it's barachamim toshuv. It's with mercy Hashem will return us. That's what I remember one of my rebbeim, Mordechai Friedlander, once said. Everything before Mashiach comes has to be barachamim toshuv, barachamim. Perish Rashi shelo yarbu tachanunim al kach yotze medai hainish yeshi koyach biyadam harbes tefila by paulim betfilosim the koyev. It's a case. One of they couldn't bring, if they would dam together, stay sweet together, they would bring Mashiach. And by the time they got, just from saying the Mogen Avraham, the first bracha, already there was a bechina of awakening up the Schus Avos and the shield of Avraham, and then by the time they got to Machayim Mesim, they were going to cause Chias Mesim. And that was the koach of their tefillahs, of Chira and his sons. So the Indian of really pushing tefillah, like Rav Simai used to say,
not
this
too much.
From Rav Tzaddik, he used to quote Rav Tzaddik all the time and say this in his Shalashudas drushes. He says, "There's nothing you can't become through tefillah. There's nothing you can't."
But he says it to don't dam too much.
Everything.
Not dam too much on the kids. It's not to be.
Moshe Rabbeinu davened 515 tefillahs. That's Gematria Vaeschanan. That's the whole Nakuda. He was pushing for and it's not just stam that number. Yeah, it's also the bechina of the there's all these shemus HaKodesh. There's 5 times and shema, like each of the avos had a bechina, like Yaakov was a bias, and Avram was a har, and Yitzhak was a soda. And if you add them all up, it's
Hashabos, har, sadeh, bait, tefillah from David.
Yeah.
Har is Abraham, Sodeh is Yitzchak, Bais is Yaakov, and Tefillah is...
Because all the different tefillahs are building different parts of the base of English, with Megala this. So the Koch Tefillah literally builds the Mishkan, builds the Beit HaMikdash, builds the Mochma Shrina.
That's why you can't dominate Shabbos for the Beis HaMikdash, because you're born in the Beis HaMikdash.
Well, we do, we throw it in. You should born in Beis HaMikdash after Shemona Esrei.
It's all by it's born in.
No, but the answer is that there's certain things that are kulu ruchnias. Yeah, that they're not really malachas. They're panemius bakashot. Yeah. So it's like that's why there's all these tefillahs that we have in Shabbos that also will bring us the bracha, will bring us the va'azeh haisa shavua shalo yitchu etz haketz. From this we know the shavua they should not push the end of days. Came perish kan rav lecha biyadi la'olam haba. Hanu be'er davar zeh shelo tafsir b'tefillah ki im yeh mafsir b'tefillah hakach biyad Moshe beinu lepal b'tefilaso levato gezerah haratzon Hashem yisbarach ha'isha Moshe beinu alav shalom b'chutz la'aretz kedei she'ayidei zeh yachnis gam doa midbar la'asid kamo she'amar v'yitza roshi yam So what's going to happen is that in the koyach of, he could have with his tefillah, Tzaddik goes there, so the Moshe Rabbeinu had the power in his tefillah to take away the gezerah, but the Ratzon Hashem of Hashem Yisbarach was that he should remain in Chutz La'aretz for who? For the Dor Bidbar. That's one of the reasons they say Rabbi Nachman was buried in Uman, was all those neshamas that were killed at a certain time period. They were killed, they were all murdered in one place in Uman, in the graveyard there. So they all needed an aliyah, just like it says also by Rav Chaim Vital. He ended up getting buried in, I think, in Istanbul. Damascus, wasn't Istanbul?
Damascus. He got was all the books.
Yeah.
That's why he covered all the books in Arizal.
Wow.
Because I thought him to put them with all the kids Ferrari.
Wow.
In the cover.
Wow.
A year after, the big tzaddikim and one of the Talmidim from them took out. Because that we have the Torahs now, but Bikaron he got buried with the Torahs from Arizal.
Yeah, right. So that we see that there's certain tikkunim that tzaddikim have to do that are beyond their rotzen. So Moshe Rabbeinu wanted to do Mekayim all the mitzvahs Eretz Yisrael, but that wasn't a Ratzon Hashem because there was neshamas that's part of the whole thing with Mashiach coming, that the tzaddikim could bring Mashiach, but they're waiting. It's not even that, they're waiting for all the neshamas. Nidach imeni no nidach. There'll be no soul that will be left behind, meaning every neshama has to come back. So part of we have to realize that, say, mostly Tisha B'Av, to run to Shalim to see some family. So fine, it's not. I don't want to be on Ben Yehuda mostly Tisha B'Av after just fasting and rush there.
And it's still burning the finish.
Yeah, but I have to because this is the whole Indian of connecting to all the neshamas of Israel. You have to be most a nefesh for it. Yeah. Kol Shekain, with tzaddikim who are really mufsakin neshamas.
Still the Rayat, still the Rayat. He was Mashiach b'doro. He was Mashiach.
Yeah.
But why was Mashiach?
Mashiach ben Yosef came to Eretz Yisrael as well.
But the Norah.
B'sidan tavoi moim. Zeh she'amar Rav lecha biyadi la'olam haba lo ba'ad schar mitzvahs rak ba'ad zeh shelo tar be'tefila al tosef. So this is the Indian way connecting to the Baal Tosef. The Al Tosef don't add on too much anything alike. Or the Davazeh came in shechein hu ritzoni. Yeah, so because Hashem wants us to do His will. Yeah, as much as we want things, the key, like Rasimai Zubag always used to say, whenever I used to ask him for brachas, or even for other people, he'd say they should be zochah to do Ratzon Hashem b'simcha. Because in the end, that's the ikar tefillah, that we should be zochah to do the Ratzon Hashem, the will of God, with joy, with simcha. That's really the alignment. The truth is to tune into what the Ratzon Hashem is. That's what we have to really to really bring Mashiach, to really tune in to Eretz Kedushas Eretz Yisrael and the mitzvahs and everything else. It's about us really wanting the Ratzon Hashem more than we want our Ratzon.
Then look at on Vaeschanan. Why people hate people? Why people talk about people? People are mean to people. Why? Because if the women live with Ratzon Hashem, they'll not do it. Because if that man, what you may be mean to him, that's his stuff. What you being mean about. If you must believe that's Ratzon Hashem, that he has that stuff, that's Ratzon Hashem, what he has going past now, so you'll not even be mean to him. Everything, if people will be living in Ratzon Hashem Bemes, they'll have Vaeschanan. Avat Yisrael. They'll not be over on Avat Yisrael. One of the biggest, that's the biggest Nekuda, the not understanding that that's Ratzon Hashem, everybody to sing.
Yeah, and that's the truth that, when you learn from Tzaddikim, you realize that every yid around you is Hashgacha Pratis, so the way they are and what they're doing. And the key is to really unlock your bracha and your Torah and everything else. You have to machabed every Jew, because really all your chaylik of Torah is to do with Ahavas Yisrael.
You want the way they come to Ahavas Hashem is the way they come to Ahavas Hashem is ve'ahavta kamocha. He brings us a story from the
Divei Chaim.
אהבת לך כמוך, היינו מחוברים אלו שתי אהבות ומתייחסים על אחדותו יתברך, אנו מסיימים בבחור בעמו ישראל באהבה ואוהב את עם ישראל, ועוברים בסוג הייחוד שמע ישראל, ואחר כך אהבת השם יתברך. אז סטלינג הייתה שאוהב את הבריות הוא אהבת השם יתברך. Why? Because if you start liking people, then you can come to אהבת השם. Only the way to come to אהבת השם is only if you like people.
Easy fast tomorrow.
There's Hashem, a meaningful one.
If you have after Moicho, it can be after Hashem Lekecho.
And that's the Nakuda that really to check yourself out. Bhakti, Ba'ava. Amen. Emes, Chag Sameach, Halavai. And you know, the Nakuda of loving Am Yisrael is the real boken, the real test if you really are a Yid or really are someone who's serving Hashem, Lishma. Because Hashem works out, all the people in your life bring out Nisyonis, tests, trigger you, emotional inyanim. You see all the time, but the opportunity is to really mekabel it b'ahava and to receive it.
Hashem to run after people, to begin to be not nice to the he used to run after them to give them a present, because thank you, because he
always says, kill them with kindness.
No, say
just keep giving.
It's not them. Hashem sent him to be the shliach to make you hard stuff.
It's a good quote from Gedali. He always says, don't be angry at the messenger. The messenger. He's a
shliach from Hashem. That's the only thing. It's not.
Yeah. שלא יעמדו באומס העולם לכל למה צריך שבוע או כן כיוון שלא יהיה הזמן הרוצים מהשם יסבר בוודאי לא יהיה בכוחם לעשות מאומה כמו בסינו שנאמר אל תעלו כי אין השם בפיכם לא תנחפו. This is to do with Mepilim. Yeah, I think.
Also the Gunsher
during Parsha Shlach Lecha.
Also the Gunsher to not do it. Why don't do it? The same rayon. The same rayon, because still not.
You can't force the kates because it's not the Ratzon Hashem yet. So you're not allowed to go up.
It's also Hashem to be more than what? It's also Hashem to
make a balagan amongst all the nations.
It's also Hashem to Wow. Even already the show that the Gula needs to come, it's still not end. You can't.
Still not the time yet.
Even if you feel
it. When it says in the Pasuk in Shir Hashem that I am a Chomer, this is talking about Torah. Im Chomer. Who's there Avram. Im Ma'amid hu Devarim Kachomer. He stands in Devarim, and it's a Sefer Devarim, in Torah like a bull. Ani Chomer. Amid Masim Tovim Kachomer. I stand in doing good deeds like a bull. So you're not like a Dallas, you're not like a door back and forth. See, I used to scream this out. You have to be like a Chomer. Chomer is Eish.
Omani Chomer. That's
Omani Chomer, yes, this whole thing. Ani Chomer v'chulu. Azau shelo yalu b'chomer shelo rotzu dafka la'alas b'koch ha'chomer. Afilu k'shavoi shem roim she'esh lehem Torah ma'asim tovim k'chomer. Al zeh haisa shavua she'alu b'chomer. Don't go up like a wall.
That's what the Pesach, what you bring now. You bring that's what's Chomer. Chomer is Marambas on the Torah. It's Marambas on the
kindness.
On everything. But don't think that you shalal b'chomer, what's the kavanah to, don't think that you already ra'ui, because you have Torah and stuff, that you already can start
forcing the Gula, forcing Eretz Yisrael to be ours. Don't make a rebellion amongst the nations. Like now,
even if you see all the goyim or mamash being rich stuff, mamash acting, so even that because it's
all about Hashem's Ratzon. Canal. V'cheinim nizmales sasem shal umas ha'olam she'ena kodesh bo nefara min ha'umas ad she'esh shlucha. So it's all going to be the time when Hashem decides to send the shluach, the shlichus of Mashiach and the Eretz Yisrael. We can't, even if He's paying it out amongst the nations, it's going to be on Hashem's cheshbon. Chen hu seder Parshas Tchila Nema Hoyo Moshe Be'etz Torah Shehu Mishnah Torah Moshe Piatzman Amram. So this is the Torah, the first time in Sefer Devarim. It's now we're hearing from Moshe. He's the one who's clarifying the Torah. It's coming through Moshe. Moshe is the shliach. Who Tchilas Torah Shabbat Peh. He's the beginning of Torah Shabbat Peh. Because up until now it was all the Torah, Bereshis, Shmos, Vayikra, Bamidbar, is all Torah Shabbat Ksav Mamish. Whereas now this is coming through the pair of Moshe, he's clarifying the Torah. And that's the Indian of Zohar Kodesh of V'hu Rov Chochma Shesach L'Takim Rov Kas.
That's an Nekuda, or he brings in the whole time he brings in
what's Nekuda? fixes up the anger that's in the world through this abundance of chokhmah.
What does it mean? What does it mean? I said he brings it a lot, Tzaddik. I don't know what's the common.
It means this abundance of Torah, because suddenly a ribi of Torah comes. There's this abundance of Torah through the Torah Shabbat Peh. Because Torah Ksav is a very big symptom of Torah. It's just what's written. But Torah Shabbat Peh can just grow and grow and grow. So this ribi of Torah, of das, of this abundance of chokhmah.
So what when the chokhmah gets bigger, it moves, you stop having kas.
So for example, say you have this space, a chalal panoi, the space in the bria. So there's this kav of Torah Shabbat Ksav, but the problem is it's not filling up the space. So what's going to bring it out? Torah Shabbat Peh is going to fill up the chalal with the Torah, and that's going to megala Hashem's Shechina everywhere, Hashem's rotzen everywhere. So Torah Shabbat Peh fills up the space of the bria that we need to have filled. Achakach pasach be'inyan atfila shu gam came b'midas malchus shu shem adni shma al yira. So the midas of malchus, this is the aspect of adni, and that's protecting on the yira. So because we're saying adnus is a master, like we're saying, it's the Indian of yira, of awe. Kama shenema v'im adonim ani yeh morai. So pasuk in Malachi.
Ani yeh morai.
Yeah. We'll have yira from the adonim. Kein tefilas nidrash gemara pasuk Yerucha im shemesh al tefillah. So that's the pasuk in Tehillim, Iron Base, that we say that you will fear him with the sun. This is tefillah. So that's how we should daven, with this kind of awe. Every shacharis, every time the sun's coming up. Nidrash tefillah ba'al chalomas lo yemenu atzma min harachamim.
Even if someone is in a bad matzah, what's ba'al chalomas? Chalomas,
I think an example would be like Yosef Tzaddik. Yeah, he was a ba'al chalomas.
Because he bought shomesh. Did I feel ba'al chalomas? I feel Yosef Tzaddik. Yeah. He was on when it was Atzma v'rachamim. Even with the bad matzah he was in,
he didn't prevent himself from mercy.
The Gemara said that anim not so rachamim. Never, even if
even a sword against your neck, you still daven for rachamim. Shalmar ki barov v'goymer ki esalakim yurai kamosha omrim tchilas atfila v'naisivtai tiftach. We always start off the davening with the yira, with the awe of Hashem, that my master opened up my lips.
Who am I to stand? How am I to talk?
So Moshe Rabbeinu, it says in the Zohar Kodesh, was Shirusa Ba'alma.
What's Shirusa Ba'alma?
Like a servant, I think, no? Shirusa. Hainu de Moshe Rabbeinu Hori the Torah Shechsav Sabriya. Yeah, he's bringing the Torah down. Why? What does it say? Yom Hashishi. Im Yisam Makabim to Torah Atamakaimen. So the whole point of creation, the 6 days of Bria, was Hashishi. For us to Makabel the Torah, the hay, the
Hashishi for the day for the Shishi. What's going to
the Kabbalah Torah. That's what Rashi says. So the Indian of that Moshe Rabbeinu was the servant of that.
One of the Kabbalot in Shabbos, I saw that in Kiddush. Said Yom HaShishi. To remember, think about the day from Yom HaShishi from Vav Sivan, and that's the only Siba you standing here now. If you know, get a Torah, you will not be standing here and making Kiddush now.
Sure.
So Yom HaShishi, remember.
Moshe Wilson always used to say that Tzaddikim would, I don't remember which Tzadik, but probably one of the big Tzaddikim from back in the day, they would take a kos from Kiddush and they would make a Ki'ilu Kiddush on Tisha B'Av, and they would cry into the glass, and that's what they would for Sudas and Mafsekis, they would then break. For the last thing they would have is this kos, because they wanted it so much to be a moed, to be a yom tov, they wanted to make kiddush on Tisha B'Av, so they would cry into their kos, and there would be the tears that they would make kiddush on, the ki'ilu kiddush. They had such an understanding. I remember seeing Rosh Hashanah once, Mosi Shabbos, and it was a nidche Tisha B'Av, so we had a strong Shabbos and Shalos Sudas, and then suddenly he disappears from his Shabbos clothes and everything else, and he comes running upstairs, and his pairs, everything's wild, and he's wearing his Vachadika clothes, weekday clothes, and you can see he's been crying all the time. He was downstairs getting ready for Marav, for Tisha B'Av, for Eika, and it's like a complete switch From the Shabbos, Yeshiva Das to Sunny screaming.
That's a big tzaddik. They not to be happy in Shabbos to let lost minutes.
Yeah, and then the transformation was Peledik, seeing him coming in and screaming during yeah, the all Indian, and they would literally daven all night. Like, they would go Marev into Eicha and then Tikkun Chatzos. They would literally spend the whole night screaming to Hashem. They did some sort of chatzos, I don't know.
But the Nuka said that from tonight, till tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock, there's a big etratzon. It can be all the biggest stuff that you have, bayot, panasa, all the stuff. Now that's the time to daven. If you daven,
so on Tzara Shechina, anyone wants to sponsor the shir, the class, if you understand that Tzara Shechina, if you understand that what you're going to post Tzara Shechina, what we're going to daven is a big etratzon till 10 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. Sure.
Daven on stuff.
Im Yeshua b'shvizach to mekabel on Torahs. So and
he said he was telling me down on the
Siyam Malcha Mashiach. So he says Siyam Malcha is Mashiach. Hainu is Chilas Torah Shabbat Peh. Shu Mishnah Torah Bechinas Torah Shabbat Peh. So the whole thing of the Malcha Mashiach is all about beginning with the Torah Shabbat Peh. So that's Mishnah Torah. That's the Varim. Bechinas Torah Shabbat Peh. Hayugam Kein Ayidei Moshe Rabbeinu Siyam Malcha Mashiach. Shaz Gala Kol Torah Shabbat Peh. Shuz Galas B'Olam Hazeh. So once again, they really need the Torah Shabbat Peh to reveal the full Malchus of Hashem. Through Malchus Mashiach is going to come through the full Gilui of Torah Shabbat Peh. And this is going to be the Kriya tomorrow on Tisha B'Av. And there's also the second Luchas in Sefer Devarim and Vaeschanan. Luchas Shnias ani nosen lechashi behem halachas midrash v'agadas. So he's going to give to us, when he gave us the second Luchas, he also gave us lots of halachas and midrash and agadas. And just to end off, he keflayim l'tashiyah shezeh tachlis agilius lahotzi ayidei ma'umas shoresh achayim shu Torah Shabbat Peh sheish behem. So that really, to understand all the Goliaths, all the fact that this is Tisha B'Av, that it gives us an opportunity to actually reveal much more light from this darkness that's coming Tisha B'Av, from the fact that we're amongst Olam, we're amongst Golos, even in Eretz Yisrael, there's still a Bechina of Golos. So we have the opportunity to bring out a bigger ore from that choshech. So really, instead of seeing all the challenges as a problem, we see them as all part of Ratzon Hashem to bring us to this ruby of Torah Shabbat Peh that's going to be Megalef from these challenges, from the darkness, from the Golos, from the Umas Olam. We're going to bring out a deeper level of Torah that's going to fill the world. Yeah. And that's the Shoresh HaChaim, that's the root of life, that's the Torah Shabbat Peh, Sheish Behem, because within that is the Torah Shabbat Peh, which is the root of life. So the Golos that we have by them is to take out the life and to turn it around, all the challenges. So the whole reason that Hashem put us into Golos was just for what? To bring back, to bring about Gerim. And we're not even here to make Gerim. That's not our job. We don't do that. Yeah? We don't go around looking for converts. That's not our job. But by us just being in Golos, Memela, you see, there's this massive increase of Gerim are coming, especially before Mashiach comes, to see how many more Gerim are everywhere. This Mashiach Metzias, reality. Yeah.
If I ask for Panose, I'm not has shame in Panasa, stop making Tshuva people.
Yeah, sure. Shesu mehem kol Torah Shabbat Peh, Yesim Malchus Mashiach v'chulu b'Shabbos Shu Keneged Midas Malchus, Yeshua Gam Kem is Galas Torah Shabbat Peh, is Bar Kam Upon him. And we see that Reb Tzaddok goes again and again. He always talks about this. That Shabbos is Malchus and Shabbos is Torah Shabbat Peh, and so there's this gilui of Torah. So we have Baruch Hashem, we have Tisha B'Av, even though it's a darker experience in Golos, but there's the opportunity to Megala much more Torah in this time, and to actually reveal the second Luchas. The fact we get a second Luchas, there's a whole ruby of Torah that comes of it. The fact that Moshe Rabbeinu is explaining the Torah to us, it's a Bechina Torah Shabbat Peh. The fact that we're in such a difficult Golos, but we're all around the world now in Israel, and We're also on AI. All the technology is experiencing our light. It's a palladic. When you saw yesterday, just uploading a audio of yours, a share, and you see how the AI, it makes it stronger, it makes the share strong. It brings out the kudus. I just recently you're trying different things with it. It's all about revealing more Torah, in technology, in the world, and it's all about bringing neshamas back to Hashem, in the full sense. And Bez Hashem, we should be zocheh to see this all take place. We should be a shliach like Moshe Rabbeinu to do the Ratzon Hashem. And Bez Hashem, Moshe Rabbeinu will have Tchias Amesim, and there'll be a Melech Mashiach in Eretz Yisrael.
It said that he and Moshe can come together.
Yeah.
Can come together.
Nishmas Moshe is Mashiach is so.
They can come together. They come together.
Sure. We'll be zocheh to see this all begilui and Parsha Vaeschanan and Shema Yisrael Hashem Echenu Hashem Echad, the full gilui of the Yichud. Bez Hashem, we're going to learn weiter with the Talmud Rebbe this Erev Shabbos. It'll be Shabbos Nachamu. It'll be a Nechama, the complete Nechama of Mashiach Sekenu, Binyan B'Shlishi B'Mhei V'Minu. Amen.